I want to drill down on one of the points I mentioned earlier and expand upon it, and that's super utilizer behaviors. We've all talked about it in varying ways, but we have a challenge. So CareMore is actually recently been awarded by Nevada to not only work on Medicare Advantage, but even participate in Medicaid, which is a big deal. And so essentially, we're making two different types of cars off the same assembly line, which is a challenge. And what we've had to do in the process and looking through all the data, all the great work from AHRQ and other publications, is realize not every Medicaid patient is the same, not every Medicare patient is the same, and not every super utilizer is the same. So going into it, I had no idea that super utilizers for Medicare under 65 have a tremendous hospitalization pattern that supersedes even that of Medicaid patients, for example, who are super utilizers. And it's actually been very instructive for me as the medical director, because you realize maybe you haven't been asking the right questions about your patients and resource utilization. Maybe we have to structure things differently. And I think there's a challenge because in addition to those super utilizer patterns grossly, you have it locally, those variations, and it makes things like claims data that much more important. I actually said the C word. So it's huge. But when you think about it, it's huge in terms of structuring programs, structuring plans, and how are we going to empower future policymakers to actually incorporate that specifically so we can structure the programs, we can enable the skill sets that'll enable us to get to the outcomes we want.